said that when she said a virtuous woman would be intimidating, I kind of agree with Twyla, but I also think that I don't think a virtuous woman would notice a man to give him like any kind of signal or smile or eye contact. I don't know if a virtuous woman would be in a position to notice a guy to make him feel a little uneasy about being nervous about approaching her.
I would like to bring a perspective because when I was single in between the first marriage and the other ones, I don't even really think that men can't spot us. I think the issue they can't meet the standards. Like I was a person, I got hit on by every type of guy. It didn't matter what. I mean, really his status, whether he was a NFL player, doctor, bum, it didn't matter. Men are men. My point is, most virtuous women, we also are intelligent, right? And we have our own bag. So then when the man, let's say you make six figures, right? You can't lead with us. We're not impressed by that because now you have to show us character. Now you have to show us consistency. Now you have to show us integrity. Now you have to show us things that probably most don't have. But 304s, they do look at the money. They do look at, oh, okay, he got six figures. He has this and this and that. But virtuous women, like I said, I run my company. So I make way more than my husband, but
You're starting to lose me.
I'm sorry.
You're starting to lose me. You're starting to lose me.
What I'm trying to say.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying. So when you look at a guy, when you said things that most men don't have, if that guy had those things that you said that most men don't have, can he not have the money? Can he be broke?
You said, can he not have the money?
Yeah, can he be broke? The things you said that most men don't have, if he has all of those things, can he be broke?
Yes, everybody can be broke. I was broke at one point. What does that have to do with anything?
No, okay. Can he stay broke?
No, not at all.
Nobody wants to.
And that's my problem. See, this is my issue, right? This is my issue. And this is why I say you're losing me. Because certain things sound good on the surface. But you said one thing I agree with. Most men don't have it. But guess what, Twyla? We have to work to get it. It takes work to get there to where you said. So if we're working to get there, then
what I was saying,
we're working. Ma'am, I understand. You said character. You said character. I understand what you said. I just want to disagree. I have half a second, and you can take it back over. We have to work to get there because we don't come with it. So sometimes if we're working to get there, then the finances or the not being broke isn't the focus. And for us to get there, emotionally intelligent, healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, get character, for us to reach that is an accomplishment, it's a graduation. But then we have to then find the virtuous woman, and she has standards that, oh, now you need to grow to this level financially. To me, it's a disservice. I'm just saying. You got it. Go ahead.
No, I think you misunderstood me. What I was meaning is that, for an example, a lot of women that are 304s in a virtuous woman, they look at money right, but the perspective is different. So what I was trying to communicate, and I'm sorry if I didn't make myself clear, is that when you have a 304, let's say in her mind, she wants to get out of you money, right? The virtuous woman wants to know how you steward money. Money's still involved, but it's looked at differently. Like my husband, he was brought up in a household, never understood diverse interests, never understood compound, nothing financially. His definition of broke wasn't you don't have any money. He made enough to provide for the basic needs of the household. right? And so when I came in, right, as making more and I run a financial service business, then I helped him with the area he was weak in, understanding it more. And then he became better. So I'm not saying it as a situation with this. What I was trying to relate, what B was saying, is that virtuous women, we look boring where our standards are too high, or, oh, who does she think she is? And, oh, she don't need a man. There's all these different perspectives when it's really not that. It's just you have to bring more than trying to flex because we're not really concerned about your money. We share. Most virtuous women were givers. So when my husband didn't have enough for whatever, baby, I got you. That's what I was communicating.
What I'm missing is, if you had it, then why was he in a position where he needed to have anything? Like, shouldn't y'all been just going down the middle or something? Why should the pressure be put on the man to be a provider if the virtuous woman is plentiful?
Well, to answer your question, before he met me, I would hope he would be providing for himself. That's why both people, not just the man, but the man and woman. I hope you're not bumming it out on people's couches or living with your mom. You have to be a
said nothing about
provider.
that. See, this is why you're losing.
No, but
You're
I'm just
moving the
saying you have to
goalposts.
provide for yourself
Ma'am,
as a man
I'm
or
talking
a woman.
but ma'am, I'm talking about as a couple. As a couple, why should it be put on him to be a provider as a couple is what I'm talking about.
Well, just in my belief system, it has to be the pressure because that's God's order to be to provision for a woman to be able
You
to
lost me.
respect you. That's why.
You lost me. Because in the beginning, it sounds
Well,
like
I
you
said he
value a
was
man
going
for
to be
who
lost,
he is.
but that's
I
what a
am.
man does.
Because
He does
in the
need to be able to
beginning, you
provide.
sound like you value the man for who he is internally. But now you're saying that he needs to provide. To me, I don't like when people put labels on men like provider. I don't like that.
Well, then my question to you is, maybe people have different perceptions. So what do you mean what is your definition of providing? Maybe that's where
I already asked you the
error.
question.
The proverb.
There was an expectation for that mean there was an expectation for him to have it. Because you said when he didn't have enough, you had the rest. So that mean there was an expectation for him to have it. That's providing to me. You expected him, he was expected to maybe pay all the bills. If he didn't have it, then you chipped in.
Well, the misconception is, and is where kingdom mindset different from most perspectives, is that providing is not a sole financial thing. Providing is more than money. It's leadership.
Everybody knows
Right.
that. That's obvious. But I'm talking about what you
Right,
said.
but so
You
then
said
why
if
are
he
you
didn't.
focusing? Then my question to
when
you
you
is,
said,
why do
okay,
you keep
so when you
focusing
said,
on the money
okay, hold
aspect?
on. So when you said when he didn't have it, were you talking about emotions? Are you saying when he didn't have emotions, I had emotions? What are you talking about? When you said when
What
he didn't have it,
what
what were
I'm
you
saying
referring
is
to?
that providing encompasses more than a financial
When you
necessity.
said,
So it's
ma'am,
everything.
I got you. Everybody knows that. It's no unhealthy people in here. That's the obvious what you're saying. I'm talking about what you said. You said when he didn't have it. I'm asking you, what were you referring to?
When I'm saying in that particular, when I said he didn't have it, I'm talking about the financial means to cover the family. Then a virtuous woman, what I
Exactly.
was
That's all
communicating, right? But you're
that's
saying,
all
but
I'm
you
saying. But
also
you're
said,
disagreeing
why
with
does
me.
he have to provide? What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
What do you mean? What kind of questions?
You don't believe a man should
That,
provide in a marriage?
man? Not if you got plenty food. What the fuck? Why would I? Why would I work? Why would I put the pressure on myself to provide if you have plenty? What are you gonna do with yours? Give it away? Are you open? You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
This is why, like, for me, I just consider myself a virtuous woman, but not a Proverbs 31 woman, because in that text, it literally says that a woman goes out and plants a vineyard and buys fields from her earnings, like from her earnings.
This is
Thank
crazy.
you, because the Proverbs
You said you
31 woman
came in.
is a
You
provider.
came into it. One second. You came into it with more than him, plenty full, and you have sustained it. But the onus is on him to provide financially. To me, that is a disservice and it's cruel.
No, we're both providing. I don't understand that. I don't. That's why I'm definition of providing in a marriage. It's
I'm
no.
talking
It's
about
no pressure.
financially. I'm only talking about what you said. You just said financially he was expected to provide, but you keep asking, what am I talking about? I'm talking about what came out of your two lips, the top and the bottom one. You said he didn't have it, so you had it financially. That's all I'm talking about. You keep saying I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about your words which are recorded. It's the recordings. I don't understand why we keep having to backtrack and you saying you don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm a bit confused as well. I'm going to be completely honest. But what I think, Twyla, did I get your name right? Because I don't want to
That is
mispronounce it.
correct. That is correct.
I think what Twyla is trying to express is that yes, her husband is a provider, but provider in the kingdom sense is a mindset. It's not actionary. It's literally a mindset. But when providership is
A
spoken of,
mindset of what? A mindset of what?
a mindset, okay, so my husband is a provider, right? And that allows me to be submissive because I don't have to worry
I'm
about
not asked. That's not what I asked you. Listen, listen,
I'm
listen, listen,
answering
listen,
your
listen, listen, listen. No, but no,
provider of
no.
what?
You keep doing the same thing she doing. I'm asking you and her, what is the kingdom mindset? I don't want to know what your husband do. I don't want to know what the pastor do. I don't want to know what the milkman do. What is? She said kingdom mindset. You said kingdom mindset. What is the kingdom mindset? Please help us out.
I got you. So the kingdom mindset is this. God is the head. But both of us, we work under God. I bring in the heart of God. He brings in the mind of God. The mind of God says that I am of servitude. That means I am obligated to not only serve, but to also provide for my family. My heart, well, the kingdom mindset from the wife's perspective is this. I must love you like God loves you. I must forgive you. I must love upon you. I must nurture you. I must care for you.
What
But
is
the
she doing
provider
with all the
mindset,
money? What is
the
she doing with
provide.
all her money? What is she doing with all her money? That's all I want to know. I understand what you're saying. I
Okay,
got enough of that.
okay,
All this money that Twilight making because she run a company. What if he's providing? What is she
what?
doing with all her money? Putting in a treasury chest, throwing it to the bottom of the sea. I'm confused.
Okay, so the provider is this. You, as a man, the provider, you are paying for the rent. You're paying for the insurance, like car insurance, life insurance, stuff like that. For the wife, what we are doing with our money, right, is that because she was a good steward of money, she was able to say, here, we have more money. It's not a my money, your money. That's the kingdom mindset. It's just money. It's money to be
Man,
used. It's
what
not
is
money
she
to
doing with
possess.
it?
You asked
You
me a
said
question and I'm
what?
answering it. The kingdom mindset with
Okay,
money is
give me
not
a
a mine or
list.
yours, babe.
Listen, no, stop. You just gave me a list of what the man should pay. I want to know what's your list on what she doing with all that money she got.
I can
What
go
I
ahead
do
and
with the
answer
money
that.
that
So
I
the money that
okay, go
I
ahead. No,
have,
no,
right?
you can answer
It's
that
and
because I can't.
it's not I, it's we, because I don't consider my money mine. Once we said I do, it's ours. So that's another kingdom mindset that most people miss. There's no longer his
Since
money or mine.
you told us
So
that
I'm
he provides the
investing.
business,
Listen
so
to
what
what
do you
I'm
do with
saying.
it?
So
Yeah,
I'm
she gonna give
putting
y'all money.
the money that I make from my business, right? I'm putting it in investment in vehicles, right? So it can't be touched. Any account that compounds interest, it's a term involved, whether it's 5 years, 6, 10, 20. Then we have another fund. Some money is put up for
So, but
vacation.
how old is he? How old is he?
How old is Sue?
How the biggie man? Your husband.
Why does my husband's age have to come into factor?
Because
What I mean,
men, I'm gonna explain to you why. Because biologically, men are susceptible to unalive before their woman. And men usually work themselves into an early grave. So if he's at a certain age, I was going to say, why don't you just retire him with all the stuff that you got put up that you invested, the good investments? Why don't you retire him so he gets don't work himself to an early grave? That's what I was going to ask you. But you want to hide his age for whatever reason. I don't know why.
no, I didn't say I wanted to hide his age. I'm just asking what relevancy does my husband, because you're
I
getting
just told
personal.
you.
This is a public
I just
platform.
told you.
This is a
I
public
just told
platform.
you
So I
why.
was just asking. It's not a hide or not.
I just told
I
you.
was just curious as to why.
Did you hear what I said? I told you. So, if at a certain age, I think a woman that has made good investments and has plenty full should retire her man so he don't work himself to an early grave. Because biologically, we're meant to unalive before our wives. So that is your answer. So, what do
And
you
my
think about
husband does
that?
not want to be retired. So that's my answer.
I didn't ask you whether you want. See, this is my problem. Every time we get in these conversations and we ask a woman about something she should do for her man, they always say he don't want. If you're a virtuous woman, then you would know I'm supposed to preserve him. It doesn't matter what he wants. If he needs to retire, he needs to retire so he can live longer with his family. The fact that you just said what he wants shows me that you have
But he wants
no
to answer
intention
your
to
question.
retire that
There you
man.
go.
You
Answer.
have no
I don't
intention.
want to
You have
retire.
no
I'm
intention.
gonna put
You
my wife
have.
to.
Thank
I
you.
don't
Thank
want
you.
to retire.
Sir, but I
I'm
didn't
gonna
ask her
provide
that.
for my
But I
family.
didn't ask her that. I didn't
No,
ask
no,
her
no, no,
that, though,
no.
sir.
Listen,
Respectfully.
I didn't
But,
hear the whole
sir,
conversation.
respectfully,
Listen,
I
I'm
didn't
not about to
ask her
argue with
that.
you. You're the host.
I don't want to
I'm
argue,
not about to argue
sir.
with you.
Listen, sir, I'll mute my
I
mic and be
don't
quiet.
want to
Hold on,
retire.
sir.
I'm going to
I'll
continue
mute
to
my
work
mic.
to provide for my family, and
I'll
that's
mute
what
my
I'm going to
mic, sir.
do.
This is my end, sir. I'll mute my mic and you can talk long as you want. I
Well,
did
he answered.
not ask her that. I got you. I did not ask her that. And the fact that you have to come on here and say what you want when I ask her about what she wants to do for you, it's alarming to me. And I'm telling you as a man, and many other men that have came before me and you, we work ourselves into an early grave. And if we have women that are plenty full, especially as black men, knowing what we're susceptible to as far as health problems,
You don't
then our
sound as a
women, then
man.
I,
You sound like a
go ahead,
grown
you got it,
boy.
bro.
At the end of the
I got
day,
you. You're
I'm
right.
going to
Go
provide
ahead.
for my family. I'm going to take care of my wife. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, it
You let
says
that
in the
woman put a battery
Bible,
on your back to
a
come on here and
man.
argue with me. God bless you, brother.
I'm not arguing with you. At the end of the day, dude, you can do what you want to do. My wife is my wife. It's not your wife. I'm going to provide for my family, and that's what I'm going to do.
But he
God
did
bless you. I
ask.
feel sorry. I feel
Can
I
I
sorry
don't
for
say
you.
want her taking
something?
I
care of
feel
me.
sorry for you.
I take care of.
Can I?
I feel sorry for you,
I
bro.
feel sorry for you.
I
You're
feel
Can I
probably
sorry.
not
say
married.
something? Can I say something? He did